Roberto Mendonça was born and has lived all his life in a Riverside jungle community in the Amazon. At the age of 12, he began logging, just like his father did before him. It was dangerous and illegal, but for over 20 years, cutting down the forest was his way of life and virtually the sole source of income for his community.
Just a few years ago, about 90% of the people in this area were engaged in logging. So just imagine about 500 people cutting one tree per day for years and years. That's a lot of trees. At the same time, I didn't really understand that this was bad. All I knew was that I was surviving, doing the only thing I knew how to do.
But around 10 years ago, things began to change after the area was declared a sustainable development reserve. Anti-logging surveillance increased, and people were encouraged, trained and funded to engage in sustainable activities, like hospitality. Now Roberto is no longer a logger. He runs a restaurant and guest house for tourists, researchers and people from nearby communities. He also works as a jungle guide. There are many social and development needs here in the Amazon region of Brazil, and one strategy to make this development sustainable is to help people here to manage these vast resources for the long run. In this community meeting, organized by the NGO that runs sustainability programs in 16 nature reserves in the state of Amazonas, locals are discussing how to increase their production of timber in a way that doesn't threaten the survival of the jungle.
Our strategy is to make forests worth more standing than cut. That's our main strategy, because people are not stupid. They cut the forests because they see that as a way to improve their livelihoods. And what we provide is say, well, instead of cutting the forest, let's make your life better by using more intelligently, the resources of forest.
There are many needs to be balanced in the Amazon jungle. People are looking for ways to improve their lives, but the challenge remains in how to create a better present without threatening the future. Paulo Cabral, CGTN, Rio Negro Sustainable Development Reserve in Brazil.